This is Tank's vlog for January 9th, 2018. Today's vlog is brought to you by Choke, the official soft drink of football in Georgia. A choke and a drop pass going in shell. You had a big lead, but you once blew it. You threw it away again. Like the Falcons last year, Georgia choked in the big game. I can never, ever forgive Nick Saban. And that's his name. He's not Nick Saban. He's Nick Satan. For what he did to the Miami Dolphins. He destroyed the Dolphins franchise. Destroyed it. From 1970 into 2003, the Dolphins had 2 losing seasons. Now, granted, things went sideways in 2004. Ricky Williams decided to smoke some pot, left the team in a lurch. That didn't help, but he came back in 2005, and Dolphins were decent in 2005. In 2006, they had a chance to get a good quarterback, and he chose Daunte Culpepper over Drew Brees. You have chosen poorly. And like that old man in the Dirty Indiana Jones movie, the Dolphins took a sip out of the Daunte Culpepper cup and crumbled and turned to dust. And that's what Nick Satan did. He was dust in the wind. You know, it was like that. The Dolphins should have known what they've gotten Nick Satan. Because every time his phone rang, that old OJ song played. He smiles in your face all the while you take your place. He's a backstabber. He smiled in their face all the way you want to put them in last place. That backstabber. So off to Alabama he goes. Dolphins get left with Cameron as their coach. And they go 1-15, winning 1 game in 2007 with Cleo Lemon as their quarterback. Cleo Lemon, when you look at the list of all-time worst quarterbacks, his name is on that list. And it's all because he chose Daunte Culpepper over Drew Brees. Well, anyway, Georgia had this game in their hands. They had this game in their hands, and they blew it. They had a 13-0 lead. Jalen Hurts, not so good. I mean, Alabama's offense couldn't get anything going at all in the first half. So Saban did make the bold move of bringing in the true freshman from Hawaii, Tua Tagovailoa. And the rest is going to be history. There's plenty of chances Georgia could have won this game. Plenty of chances. And the officiating was awful. There's pathetic officiating. One-sided officiating, too. It was clear who the refs wanted to win the game. And anyway, so 3rd and 7. Alabama's still not getting going, and Tagovailoa made that great run, and that led to the Alabama's first touchdown. And then Luke Fromm bounced right back, hit that 80-yard beauty pass to McCall Hardman, and that should have won the game, especially since Tagovailoa got picked off on his next pass. But Luke Fromm with the worst pass I have ever seen in a college football game. Throws the ball off the guy's helmet, intercept it, and all of a sudden, Alabama, you could feel the momentum change right there. Now, the Alabama only got a field goal out of that drive, but Georgia, the rest of the game, went into an absolute shell. It was like watching the Falcons all over again in Super Bowl 51. They went into that same shell the Falcons went into. They were praying the game would end, but not doing anything to end the game. They were afraid to turn the ball over. They were afraid to make a mistake. I mean, you can't play like that. You can't play like that. And they just didn't know. And Nick Chubb was on a milk carton most of the night. And they're lucky Alabama didn't win this game in regulation. I mean, that kicker for Alabama was terrible. Papajonolis. I mean, he missed those kicks so badly. I think he kicked them into another zip code. So overtime, Georgia only managed a field goal. They had a really good kicker, that Blankenship kid. He looks like a pro. But then, after they dropped Tua Tagovailoa for a 16-yard loss, how does a guy get that wide open? How does a guy get that wide open? I mean, jeez. Cleo Lemon could have hit him. And Alabama wins 26-23. Fifth national championship in 9 years for Nick Saban, who now has 6 overall national championships, tying him with Paul Bear Bryant for the most. And with as good as Tua Tagovailoa was, there's no doubt Alabama's going to win at least another maybe 2, 3 championships. It never ends. It never ends. You know, it's bad enough my teams don't win. But the teams I hate, do they have to win? Do the teams I hate always have to win? Georgia, Georgia, you choked once again. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia well behind. In a championship, Georgia folds like a cheap old dirty rug. Just an old sweet sour song keeps Georgia. Wait a second. Breaking news! Georgia is no longer the peach state. It is now the choke state. Pathetic. NBA tonight. Raptors edged the Nets in overtime, 114-113. Pacers over the Bucks, 109-96. Rockets over the Bulls, 116-107. It was the Timberwolves crushing the Cadavers, 127-99. It was the Pelicans, 112-109 over the Pistons. The Spurs, 107-100 over the Sacred Tomato Kings. The Warriors beat the Nuggets, 124-114. And the Clippers rallied to beat the Atlanta Hawks, 108-107. Yes, Georgia, the Hawks choked too. Literally half the NHL is off. I understand the bye weeks, but can you stagger them? I mean, geez, all 3 New York teams are off this week. I find that strange. But the only game that was played tonight, it was the Blue Jackets 3-2 over the Maple Leafs in overtime. Today's 3 stars are Tua Tagovailoa of Alabama, who came off the bench and sparked a rally that won a national championship. And with that pass, after getting run over and crushed, how's he wide open like that? Explain to me, how does a guy get that wide open in that situation? And all Georgia had to do was hold him to a field goal attempt. Because, Papa John Lewis would have missed it. Our second star is LaMarcus Aldridge of the Spurs, 31 points, 12 rebounds against the Kings. And Anthony Davis of the Pelicans, who had 30 points, 10 assists against the Pistons. Today's birthday shout-out goes to Bart Starr, who turns 84. And we take a look back to the 1972 season in the NBA when the Lakers had a 33-game winning streak. The streak ended 46 years ago today with the Milwaukee Bucks, led by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, beating the Lakers 120-104. Check out the full story at Barstool Sports at sportsencyclopedia.com, where we're open is like we're being covered by a Georgia defensive back in overtime. Good day!